Hey guys, Trent down here at Vigno Studios, coming you back again for my second of the 2024 Direct Fest of McMurry University. Nailed it. And this next show was interesting to say the least. It was a two-person show called Accents Inc. by Tom C. Havens. I think I said that right. Directed by Abby Ewing. Last show was "'Tis Not Me She Loves," directed by Zane Hargrove. Gotta shout out to all those guys, so I'll be shouting out all the directors and stuff. And this one involved two instructors talking about instructing the audience of half a dozen different accents. I think they went from like British, Cockney, Scottish, Italian, Brooklyn, French, and German. Yeah. No, and Swedish as the sixth one. So it was... Sorry. So 6 different accents, and they in under 10 minutes. Again, these are 10-minute shows, to the point. Some are funny, some are dark, who knows. And this one involved just, again, 2 instructors teaching 6 different accents. It was a very interesting take over a 2-person show because it had a lot of audience interaction. You don't see that in a lot of plays. But audience interaction works wonders if you do it right. If you try to, because I remember, okay, funny story real quick. I was part of a little 10-minute show, Slew. I tried to work with the audience, didn't work out very well. And as a matter of fact, when I look back and watch my performance of that, I cringe at myself. That's how funny it is that no one reacts. I think I remember my little brother watching it, and he gave me a reaction. I'm just like, of course he had to react. But this one worked very well because it involved a lot of them teaching it. And when they like get people like, oh, stand up, you like, and how they taught the accents was very creative, if not stereotypical. Very stereotypical. It's funny how stereotypical it is. And it involved a lot of body movement, gesturing, to teach it. And I thought that was very interesting how this would be a show. At first I thought, like, all right, how are they going to make this funny? They had a lot of physical comedy, and it was great. To do a Cockney, they hit each other because they said one of the tricks was make it sound like you're in pain and highly medicated for the Cockney accent. And I'm not gonna try it, because if I try it, I'm gonna screw it up so bad that people are probably gonna be like, that's not how you do a Cockney accent, you should be ashamed of yourself. But a lot of the other ones was the Italian accent, like you do this and you slap it occasionally to get your point across. And I'm like, yeah, I remember whenever I was part of a show, I did an Italian accent. I did this instinctively. Probably would get punched in the mouth in Italy for doing that. Again, all these accents were stereotypical as hell. It was funny. That's what worked, is that it was funny. How much it worked, actually, because the audience got it throughout with the accents. It was crazy. It threw me away how into it the audience got into it. It was great. And that's how you do audience interaction. That's how you do it right. Unlike me and my blunder. But that's besides the point. Out of the shows that are here in Direct Fest, this was one of their strong ones. Don't get me wrong. "'Tis Not Me She Loves" was great. I couldn't say too much about it because, reviewing it, because I was a part of it, if you saw the video before. But actually watching this one, I think the audience interaction are what save it, though. That's one thing I'll give a criticism, actually. The criticism is that it relies on audience interaction. Without the audience interaction, it's just two guys talking. Like, no offense, Gabe and Berto, if you guys watch this, because the two of you guys, if you're watching this, and just in general, the two of them, they killed it. They killed it. They were funny. They were involved. It was great. But the fact that it requires audience interaction, it relies on it, I think is what detracts it as a show. It detracts it. Not saying that's a bad thing. If it needs audience interaction to make it strong, that works. But that's with any show. Because this involves a lot of audience interaction, if audience didn't react to it, it wouldn't be as strong. It'd just be two guys talking, and without the audience interaction and reaction, the two instructors and the two actors would have to be very good at improv to save it. Not denying the skills of these guys. I'm not denying the skills at all. Just, if you get what I'm saying, the audience interaction is so important that if it doesn't work, you have to be I think you need to be very good at improv. And if these guys are great at improv, more power to them. But again, this was like the first show, like first viewing. Who knows how the audience will react the next day. But that's where I think detracts it, is the reliance of audience interaction and reaction. But overall, the acting was great. One thing about the sets of these 10-minute shows is that some are very minimalistic to non-existent. Some don't. I think a couple shows don't barely have a set. It's just maybe a table here or a chair there. And then some that are very detailed to work with it. And it just sells it. This one there was like a couple chairs, I think, and a little clipboard, or a board thingy that had the different accents on there, and they taught it from there like a presentation. It was literally a presentation. And I think that's what holds it back, is that it relies on the reactions. And it's too much like a presentation rather than a show. It's still well done. Don't get me wrong, it's still well done. But I think that's what holds it back, in my opinion. If I were to rate this is a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's good. The acting is good. And it's clever. That the audience interaction is there. It's very clever. But the reliance on it, I think, hold it back from those points. And just those factors that I think you gotta look at throughout. So, yeah, I think a solid 7.5 is fair given the criticism. It's not bad, but I think it's big enough because of the different factors that are a part of it. So that's where I'll stick Accent Inc. Incorporated abbreviation. Directing was great. I think Abby did a great job directing these two. Gabe and Berto, if you're watching this, like, you guys killed it. Oh yeah, real quick, I'm gonna quickly shout out to the other actors that were part of "'Tis Not Me She Loves." Yeah, Gabe again, Quinn Griffin, Rudy Flores, Mason Scott, Cassidy Cood, Evelyn Van Houten, and Bobak Akavan. You guys killed it. You guys were great in "'Tis Not Me She Loves." Gotta give a quick shout out to that. But that's all I gotta say about this one. Again, these are 10-minute shows. I'm gonna try and not waste too much time. So if you guys saw the show, or if you saw a version of the show somewhere else and wherever, tell me what you thought of that one and how that one went. You want to see more? Leave a like, comment, subscribe. And I hope to catch you all in the next one. Peace.